driving in this morning, you walked in, there is a lot of moisture in the air. You can see it on your actual windshield, Melissa, but it's not rain.
Yeah,
Clearly
it's not coming
a difference.
down.
Yeah, it doesn't really move into the soil, of course, the way that a heavy rainstorm would. And we already saw issues last summer for farmers having trouble irrigating their crops and for their livestock, and we're headed that direction right now. Here's a look at the U.S. Drought Monitor's current drought situation. The areas that are in red there, that's that extreme drought, which we're seeing across much of California and Nevada. But even right here in Oregon, that severe drought, all of the orange areas that you see on the map, again, as Bob and Sean just mentioned, over 75% of the state. And again, it's January. It's the wettest time of the year. Again, we may start to see conditions like this in the summer season, but generally we don't worry about this. Generally, we're worried more about flooding in January opposed to dry conditions like we're seeing this year. In terms of rainfall, here's what we've seen: only 1.74 inches this month. That is less than half of what we would typically see just at this point in the month of January. Now, when you go back to the beginning of the water year, which begins October 1st, we have not even seen 6 inches of rain. That is over 16 inches below normal. And again, all of 2013 was dry. It was the driest year ever recorded in Eugene, and we just have not made up any ground. Things can change quickly. That is the good news with this, but we do need them to change fast. And I can tell you what, it's not going to change this week. Still seeing that high pressure in full force here for the Pacific Northwest. That is keeping us dry. It's keeping some of us warm, and it's keeping some of us stuck in the fog. Of course, that is the case for the Willamette Valley, where dense fog continues to be in all elevations here below 1,000 feet, confined to the west by the Coast Range, confined to the east by those Cascades. And again, that'll be the case into this afternoon. It's also a chilly start today with those clear skies overnight. Any little bit of heat that we did have was escaped right up to the atmosphere. 33 in both Eugene and Salem, 35 this morning in Roseburg, and even the coast that got back into the 60s and 70s yesterday have dropped into the low to mid 40s this morning. And Central Oregon even cooler. You're back down into the 20s. So seeing that huge contrast between day and night for you. Now, high pressure still in full control. That's what's keeping our skies cloud free. That jet stream still to the north of us, and that's keeping other storms from moving into the Pacific Northwest. Instead, they're moving out over the plains. Now, we will see a very slight change to the weather pattern this weekend. That jet stream will drop down from the north a bit. That high pressure will start to weaken. And what that will do is it will allow onshore flow to return. So we'll start to see some extra cloud cover along the coast. Weak little disturbance moving through, and you'll see your temperatures drop a bit. You can see that here on the jet stream forecast. There's that ridge, again, that warm air from the south that does start to drop down a little bit. And as it does, we'll see a few clouds, slightly cool temperatures for the coast. And then next week, it's right back at it. That high pressure does reform Monday through Thursday. So for the coast today, clear skies, high temperatures back into the low 60s, calm, sunny, and of course warm. The Umpqua Basin, upper 40s for you. Morning fog, afternoon sunshine. Otherwise, continuing to stay cloud free. For the Cascades, again, first day that Willamette Pass is opening this season. It's going to be sunny and warm, 46 degrees. That snow level clear up to 12,000 feet. If you're driving that way, at least the roads will be clear. You don't have to worry about that. Central Oregon, mid-50s for you. Also continuing to be quite spring-like. And for the valley, stuck in the fog and chilly because of it, with highs in the upper 30s. As for the next 7-day stretch, again, not a lot changes. Slightly cooler for the coast. Some extra clouds there this weekend. The Umpqua Basin, mid to upper 40s. Morning fog, afternoon sunshine all week. Cascades will continue to stay mostly sunny with highs in the mid-40s. In the valley, look at those highs in the upper 30s through the weekend. Next week, possibly a few degrees warmer.